Yeah, and why I emphasize so much the difference between the New Testament and the Old Testament. Meaning that in the New Testament you are just feel justification by that renewed blood and flesh inside of you. Okay, so this is the pivot part. I know this connection to the molten gold nature is like the end, the like what happens to you when the purpose happens, this new flesh and new blood inside of you, sort of renewed, cleansed nature. Okay, and to this earthly nature, the heavenly nature connects you, so you enter basically the kingdom. All right. So why do I emphasize that a new nature justifies you, and it's clean, because it's clean and well, undefiled, because the very notion of the law is sort of just not, it's not made up. Just noticing the consequences, all right? Noticing the consequences of your actions, okay? It's cause and effect. So, and the right thought that you should accept when in the baptism of the Holy Spirit, and you definitely, if it happens to you, will have such a thought, that when you all squeaky clean and have that sparkling, godly substance, content inside of you, you will see that the wicked entities still come to you to defile you from outside. Okay? But your thinking is still, because those thoughts of justification, of your not accepted, now you are accepted, they will visit you anyway. I didn't know the theology, but when I kind of turned to God, and that and it jump started that unstoppable baptism of the Holy Spirit, I did have that those thoughts that I am being forgiven, all right. But at the same time, you have the notion of the law, cause and effect, and you think, since I am forgiven, I'm not doing anything wrong then, and the Creator of the world has just redeemed me. Okay. You will have such a thought of feeling you won't be able to put to words, perhaps. But this wicked entity still come. So, and if the wicked entity comes, and in the Old Testament there is such an expression of probably in parables, in Proverbs of Solomon, that undeserved curse doesn't come. And now you see that it comes. So basically, the behavior of a person was supposed to be control, or keeping to ward off the possible attack of demons, your behavior. So, okay, but now you're not doing nothing. You're squeaky clean, and those entities still come, and you are commanded to resist them and sort of make them flee and tear them apart. Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, approached by Satan. So it was never about behavior. It was never about the law. Meaning, just in the flesh there wasn't that new renewed blood and flesh of Jesus, and you couldn't resist the entities, and you had to jump through hoops, had to kind of modify your behavior to avoid demonic attacks. But when a person is quickly clean, the earth belongs to human beings through God, okay? And all the actions that come in through God to the human being are pure. And but the demonic entities are just parasites. They will still attack. And all you have to do to, how he said, I give you power to step on all the forces of the enemy. Scorpions and snakes, meaning those wicked spirits. Okay? Just drive through them. And that's what you have to do. But it's very counterintuitive, again. To have that, first of all, justification just by default, when you have that new nature. And the understanding that, that wicked entities just attack. They just parasites. Okay? And these are right thoughts. These are right thoughts if they visit you in the baptism of the Holy Spirit. You just have to shoo them off, shoo them away from yourself, and that's it. Okay, and keep your heart occupied by the godly substance, godly content. That's it. So, and we of course can contemplate around this issue that. Again, that the law was just at maximum just a needed measure. It was never a purpose. It's a needed measure to ward off demonic attacks. Okay, well, of course, Jewish people right now in the rabbinical and the Talmudic Judaism, they say that the law is the purpose. It makes a human behave in the godly realm already, beautiful, good, just. Well, this is position of the rabbinical Judaism. Okay, the last several phrases I made, but that's what I wanted to say.